Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to have a bit of a chat about vitamin D because it's October now, we're in the winter months, the weather is getting much colder, and that means it's time that we in the UK need to start taking a vitamin D supplement. So the reason in the UK we need to take vitamin D in the winter but not in the summer is because we get most of our vitamin D from sunlight generally. It's very difficult to get all the vitamin D you need from food because food only contains really small amounts, which is just not enough for us on a regular day-to-day basis. In terms of sunlight, what happens is that the UVB rays from sunlight, they hit our skin and they convert something called 7-dehydrocholesterol into an inactive form of vitamin D. That then goes in through your bloodstream to your liver and kidneys where it's then activated and then becomes active vitamin D. So in the winter months, unfortunately, we just don't get enough of these UVB rays because our weather is just that crapper. We just get that little sunlight. So because we just don't get these UVB rays, that means that those compounds then aren't being converted into vitamin D in our bodies, and so we don't get enough. The only solution here is not to rely on foods, not to rely on spending more time outside, but actually to take a supplement. It is the only way that you'll be able to get enough vitamin D. So why is vitamin D important, and especially in winter? Well, just generally, vitamin D deficiency can actually cause your bones to become really weak and soft, which in kids is called rickets, which you might have heard of. The other thing about vitamin D is that there is an association between low vitamin D levels and getting infections like flu and colds, and there's also a relationship potentially between vitamin D and SAD, or seasonal affective disorder. Now this is important. What I'm not saying is that vitamin D deficiency causes these things. That is absolutely not the case. But if you top up your vitamin D levels, you are less likely potentially to develop these things, and so actually it's just generally a good idea for your overall health. It's not going to prevent you from getting a cold, unfortunately, but it might just help keep your immune system up to the point where it can fight these things off effectively. So the link between vitamin D and SAD came about because a lot of people tend to feel really quite depressed in the winter time, and we also generally have low vitamin D levels in winter. So someone decided there might be an association between the two, and it turns out there probably is, but there's no causative effect established there. The other important thing to note is that sometimes disease can actually cause vitamin D deficiency, so it's really hard to know which way around these things go. But what we do know is that making sure you're not vitamin D deficient is really important for your overall health. So please take your vitamin D supplement. But what supplement should you take? Pretty much anything you can get over the counter is just fine. Anything you can get in like supermarkets, anything you can get in like pharmacies is all going to be good. What you want to make sure is that it has 10 micrograms of vitamin D, ideally vitamin D3, because that's the more active version of vitamin D2. So as long as you're taking a supplement that has 10 micrograms every day of vitamin D3, you're good, you are solid. You then don't need to worry about it for the winter months up until about March, at which point you can then, if you're going outside, you then don't have to worry about taking the supplement anymore. But in the meantime, take your supplement. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions about vitamin D, please feel free to drop them below. I've also linked to a blog post that I wrote about this, which explains it in a little bit more detail. Anyway, that's all from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!